Hello there guys, RuggedEagle here today and welcome back to Talk Duels. This is the series where I am covering every duel in Star Wars and how it will work in the upcoming LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. So in today's episode we are going to be looking at the Mace Windu vs Palpatine fight in episode 3. Now, this has never been done in a LEGO game before. This was absent in, obviously, LEGO Complete Saga. So, we don't know how it could work because we can't base it off the old games because, obviously, it wasn't in it. So, this is going to be a super fun, interesting fight. And I really do hope it makes it into the Skywalker Saga because this is one of my favourite fight scenes ever with unlimited power. So, without further ado, guys, kick your feet up. Let's get straight into this. So, let's start off with where this fight begins. Now, the fight begins when Mace Windu and the other Master Jedi storm Chancellor Palpatine's office. And this is where basically they all ignite their lightsabers and they basically say to Palpatine, you are under arrest, because they obviously know he is the Sith Lord. And this is where the fight breaks out. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this wasn't in LEGO Complete Saga. I really wish it was, and I really hope they do add it in the Skywalker Saga, because it'd be amazing to hear the dialogue in this fight, because it's got some of the best prequel memes and lines in it. It's such a good fight with just the dialogue. But anyway, so basically what happens from there on, obviously Palpatine ignites his lightsaber and goes, it's treason then, and then basically jumps at them, and this is where the fight begins. So at this point, the first bit will probably just be a cutscene. Now, we don't know if this will be a hub level or a main level. I'm kind of saying it will most likely be a hub level, to be honest, but it could be either or, I don't really know. So basically, Palpatine wipes the floor of the 3 Jedi Masters, but the only one that seems to remain longer is Kit Fisto. So this is where I reckon player 2 will come in, because the other 2 Jedi Masters, they just die like flies. They die so easily. It's so funny watching the scene. So basically, Kit Fisto and Mace Windu will be alive, I'm predicting, in the game. So when you play it in LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, player 1 will be either Mace Windu, and then player 2 will be Kit Fisto. And then here on out, it will probably just be a generic LEGO boss fight. So we're going to go into some of the combat mechanics and how I reckon it's going to work. So now, in the actual film, it is mainly just Mace Windu fighting him on himself, which is basically what it is. It is just Mace Windu solely versus, obviously, Chancellor Palpatine. But, obviously, in the LEGO game, we're going to have to get a second player in there. That's why I've kept Kit Fisto alive, because he managed to survive for at least more than 3 seconds in the fight scene. But, anyway, so basically, we're going to use the combat, what we know as of far from the interviews. Now, obviously, there's going to be light and heavy attacks. You obviously can use the Force to throw objects at your enemies, and they also mentioned you can pull like trapdoors and knock your enemy out by that. So this made me think about this part. Now obviously you're in the office and there's not really that much around there, so I reckon you'll be able to probably force push like ornaments at Palpatine and make him dizzy, and then go in with your attacks like your light and heavy. That's basically what I'm thinking. And maybe like the doors in his office, you could pull that down on him and knock him out, and then go in and attack him. But basically that's all it is going to be at this point. It's just going to be a generic fight, and like I said, we don't know how the combat's going to work. That's the only information we have on the combat, but it's going to be super fun nevertheless to be Kit Fisto and Mace Windu versus Palpatine. And it'd be cool if you have to move out of the way of his attacks and he like spins at you. That'd be really smart if they do something like that, like you have to move out the way, similar to like LEGO Incredibles and stuff like that, where you can't attack him and you have to wait for him to obviously spin around. They might actually do that. So say like Palpatine spins at you and then he'll get dizzy because he span at you, and then you can whack him. I reckon they're going to do that because that'd be funny, because it will make him go dizzy. I reckon that's going to happen now, thinking about that. So basically from here on out, it will just be a fight. So say like Palpatine has a few hearts and you keep attacking him, throwing like Force objects at him. I know it's not accurate to the film because obviously no Force objects are thrown at him, but it's a LEGO game, and they did say in the interview you can defeat the boss however you want to do it, by throwing Force objects at him, or by pulling trapdoors on him, or just by simply swinging at him with your lightsaber. At the end of the day, you do this fight how you want to do. So basically, once you've killed him, there will be a cutscene obviously where he just kills Kit Fisto, and then it just goes into Mace Windu versus Palpatine. Now, at this part in the fight, I'm sure you are all very familiar with. It is where basically they shatter the window and it breaks and everything's open up and you can see Coruscant in the background and the wind's blowing in. That is basically the point where we are at now. So basically at this point, all it is just Mace Windu swinging at Palpatine until he disarms him. So maybe at this part, the camera will change to like a 2D looking game thing. So it's like Mace Windu and you just got to keep tapping a button and doing your light and heavy attacks, no force involved. You just have to purely just attack him with your obviously lightsaber combat, and then obviously once you knock his hearts out, see at this point he'll have like 3 hearts, but they did mention he'll have a health bar. So if they're going to do health bars, say like he's got a quarter of his health left and you just finish him off, and then it goes into the cutscene obviously where Mace Windu disarms him and boots him away and his lightsaber falls out the window and he is sat there, Palpatine, in agony, and he knows that he's going to die obviously as Mace Windu, you know, is about to attack him until Anakin Skywalker comes in. And this is where I came up with a very interesting bit. So it wouldn't be a Talk Duels episode if I didn't feature a quick time event. Now obviously when Palpatine shoots the lightning at Mace Windu, I reckon it should be a quick time event, so you have to keep spamming a button as Mace Windu to hold back the lightning. And then at this part, what I think was a really cool idea, I think it should change now and you should do another boss fight in this level. So I reckon player 1 should be Anakin Skywalker and player 2 should be obviously Emperor Palpatine. Now I reckon it should switch it up so the boss now becomes Mace Windu and you both have to team up and attack Mace Windu. Now I know this isn't accurate to the film, but it'd be really cool because it'd be fun for obviously youngsters to play as Palpatine and you've both got to attack Mace Windu and take his health down. I just thought that'd be a really cool idea, but if they're going very accurate to the film, like I said earlier, when obviously you deflect the lightning as Mace Windu, it'll probably just be a cutscene from there on out, where obviously Anakin chops his hand off, and then the unlimited power bit happens, and he just blasts out the window, and Mace Windu is gone bye-bye. But I thought it'd be cool if obviously there's like a mini boss fight, where it's Palpatine and Anakin versus Mace Windu, and you just basically attack him down to where his hearts are gone, and then it will just initiate a cutscene where it's pretty much the same as I mentioned earlier. Palpatine shoots lightning at him and Mace Windu is bye-bye and never seen again. So that is pretty much all this fight is, and I really do hope they add it. So that is pretty much this fight scene over and done with, and there is quite a lot of duels in episode 3. I've already covered the Obi-Wan Kenobi versus obviously General Grievous. I also did the Count Dooku one in episode 3 as well, and I've finished episode 1 and 2. So if you want to go check them out, there'll be a link at the end of the video with the playlist for all the Talk Duels episodes. But that is pretty much all the Senate fight is, guys. I couldn't really think of any more, but like I said, I really want to see it. Obviously, it was absent in LEGO Complete Saga, and I just reckon, because they even said in the interview, they are trying to do levels that they have not done before, so I reckon there's a very, very high chance we could get, obviously, Mace Windu versus Palpatine, and it's such a fun level as well, especially, imagine if you get to play as all 4 Master Jedis versus him, that'd be really cool, but as I said, I reckon it'll be Mace Windu and Kit Fisto versus him, because obviously it's a LEGO game and you need 2 people. So I really like the idea of playing as Emperor Palpatine and Anakin versus Mace Windu. I really like that take on it. Let me know what you guys thought of that take, or do you just want it to end where he just shoots the lightning at him? Let me know, because I'm really intrigued to know, and I hope you did go to enjoy this episode of Talk Duels, and thank you everyone who actually joined the stream yesterday, because I was live with SGT Shelby, and a lot of you guys seem to enjoy that stream. So I will be streaming myself soon when my setup's done at my mum's house. We are just waiting for internet, so times will come. It will come, guys. So thank you for watching today's video, and if you are new around here, do feel free to subscribe. I do daily LEGO Star Wars content on the channel. Anyway, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.
RuggedEagle, I take it you are getting fed up of no news then. I must say, you're not gonna get news anytime soon.
In the name of the Star Wars community, I demand news. TT Games.
Are you threatening me, RuggedEagle?
The Star Wars community will decide your fate.
I am TT Games. Whoa!